They are seen in adults as well as children. We have a lot of knowledge about treating infection in adults, but every adult physician, when he encounters a child, he is always scared. The infection, they are seen in adults as well as children. We have a lot of knowledge about treating infection in adults, but every adult physician, when he encounters a child, he is always scared of treating because he thinks it's different. And that's what we are going to discuss today, that how to treat or how the infections in the children group are different. So Dr. Rajiv Uttam, he is the expert for today, who is the senior pediatric intensivist at Max Hospital, Patparganj, New Delhi. So Dr. Rajiv, what are the differences between infection in adult and children, particularly in the critical care unit?
Rajesh, more or less the infection which you see in adults, we see in pediatric patients as well. But when in a small child, like in a newborn and a child who is up to 5 to 7 years of age, there are certain specific infections which do not happen in adult. Like you have a newborn baby, he is more susceptible to having infection from the mother's vaginal tract. There is chances of more of a gram-negative infection as well as chlamydia, which can pass on. Children and small babies are normally immunodeficient compared to an adult and an older child, so they're more susceptible to getting an infection. The respiratory infections are much more common in children than it would be in adult population. And children are normally more susceptible because of when they start a play school, they are exposed to many more viruses, and viruses are supposed to be much more common infection in children than compared to adults.
And why are the pediatric infections different?
They're different because a child is growing. You know, when they're growing, their organs are growing, and certain organs are more susceptible to it if they're infected early. Like, for an example, you have a child with rotavirus infection. I'm sure it does not happen that much in adult.
Rotavirus for causing diarrhea.
For causing diarrhea. This is a very, very serious viral infection. And child, like you have a children with cystic fibrosis, you know, which is not happening in adult population, and they're much more susceptible to getting a pseudomonas or a staph infection.
So what are the common infections in children?
The commonest most still remains the respiratory infection. In this, the viral is the main cause, and followed by strep pneumoniae, or if you have a very small baby, you have a different bacterial flora which causes infection.
And if you look at the community-acquired infections, so what are the common community-acquired infection in a child which presents in ICU?
Okay, we can see if a child is less than a year, or it's an infant or a neonate, children between 2 to 5 years and 5 years onwards. In a small babies, you know, with a newborn baby, the infection which is commonest is like a chlamydia. You have a child with strep pneumonia or H influenza in the later thing, and atypical infection happens in the children who are more than 5 years of age as well. And so the pathology is little different than you would have a child who is immunocompetent or an older patient.
And what are the common organisms you have in a community-acquired infections?
Well, lately we are seeing the changes as the bacterial resistance is increasing, but strep pneumonia remains as number one, followed by staphylococcus and Haemophilus influenza infection.
So normally when you are treating an adult, you give a lot of, all the patients in fact, atypical cover, which covers mycoplasma and the organisms like that. So do you give atypical cover in a child?
Not all children, but certainly a child who is more than 5 years of age, because the atypical infection is common in that age group. We do give them atypical cover with some macrolide along with the third generation cephalosporin or amoxiclav.
And you know, many children, the respiratory syncytial virus causing bronchiolitis is very common. And you really don't know whether it is RSV or it's an asthma. How do you differentiate? Suppose a child comes with a breathlessness, has wheeze, is in respiratory distress. How do you differentiate?
So how do you differentiate between, you mean to say, if a child has got bronchiolitis or a child has got acute flare-up of asthma? First of all,
a first attack of asthma.
Right. First of all, the age group. You know, the bronchiolitis usually happens, it's a viral infection. RSV is the leading cause, but you can have adenovirus and other viruses causing the same thing. It happens normally when the season changes, you know, like in autumn, and it happens in children less than 2 years of age, and most commonly in children less than 1 year of age. So these children come with.
So if a
breathing
child is less
difficulty.
than 1 year or 2 years, you know it has a more chances of having
Yes.
bronchiolitis.
And you do not diagnose asthma in a child who is less than 2 years of age. There are a lot of viral associated wheeze as well and multi-trigger.
But a lot of children less than 2 years, they are given nebulizers with salbutamol, all children in fact. But I think that will be effective in RSV as well, no?
Well, if you have a child who has got bronchiolitis per se, treatment if you need to admit them in a hospital is that you give them oxygen if required, you maintain their hydration, and recently there is some suggestion that you can give them 3% saline as a nebulizer, but not oral steroid, and bronchodilators can be given through nebulizer.
And what are the other precautions you should take in treating bronchiolitis?
Well, you've got to see that the child is well hydrated, because the children who are not well do not take feed as well, and a lot of them are not feeding adequately, so you have to maintain their hydration. If they require oxygen, give them oxygen and some sort of nebulization with 3% saline or bronchodilator.
How frequent do you see ventilator associated pneumonia in children?
Lately we have been seeing that as the child is put on ventilator, critical care in ICU, and if he has been on a ventilator for a few days, and if your nursing care and hand washing is not good, he is more susceptible to get
And
a VAP.
the kind of organisms and treatment remains the same.
Well, we are seeing more of a multi-resistant organisms
And
now.
central line infections, do you see that?
We see it, but much less than what we were seeing earlier.
So the nosocomial infections are less as compared to the adults. Can you say that?
Yes, because the children are normally, their organs are not as bad as the adult is, and they can withstand this infection much better than adults.
So children are different. They are small. They have different organisms to cause infections in them. Some diseases are particularly seen in children, like bronchiolitis, because of the respiratory syncytial virus. And many a times it's of course difficult to find out the etiological organisms. And the nosocomial infections are less common as compared to the adults, but they do occur. And the treatment principle, they remain the same. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr.